And ladies and gentlemen, to start with, I just want to say a massive thank you leading on from the last couple of videos that I've put out. Just want to say how much support I've had, to be fair, in the past 24-48 hours. The amount of messages that I've had come through on my Instagram, my Facebook and on the YouTube channel. So leading on from an incident that I had with a fishing question, this one over here, a fish that we call Big Betty. For the people that don't know, she went through a hell of a lot of drama, turned upside down in the pond, laid on the bottom, completely knocked out, almost like I sedated her, those sort of symptoms. So now it's 48 hours just passed. Moving on from that, I've done nothing at all apart from check all water parameters, constantly check every single thing possible that you can think of what a normal hobbyist would check, down to parasite scrapes, water quality. The amount of tests that I've ran in the past couple of days have been unbelievable. I've done more tests in the past couple of days than what I have since I've ever really kept koi, to be fair. Absolute headbanger, the situation, what I was dealing with when I was dealing with it, should I say, sorry. And yeah, how strange to come back now as a turnaround for her to be acting in the pond now like nothing ever happened. I think it's going to be one of them things that I don't think that I'll ever be able to work out why or what or anything in that sort of situation. The biggest thing that was crossing my mind was why she was behaving as she was. I don't think, and I don't believe that it was anything down to my water quality or parasite issues. I don't believe that was the case. I think it was something that she had herself, whether that be a digestive problem, whether that be something wrong with her swim bladder, whether it be something wrong with her internally. Was it a heart attack? Was it stroke? Was it something that me as a hobbyist that I won't be able to find out unless something happens again, I suppose. Obviously proper concerned about it, but how she's behaving now is absolutely crazy, to be fair with you. Obviously I've been racking my brains thinking, was it this, could it be this? I didn't jump into anything. The only difference that I did do, I put the KH up by 1. I run a super low KH here. I think maybe I didn't really need to do that. I think if anything I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept things how I've always kept things. I just got advised to raise the KH up. Not to say that that was the issue or the problem, but what that has done, it has put my pH up slightly by 2. So my pH now I'm running at 7.5, which normally I run it at 7.3, and the KH have gone up by 1, and I don't think that's what's made her any better. Whether it be, I have had a couple people say maybe she eaten something, could have been a bug, a bee, a wasp, something of those lines that could have, you know, caused her trouble trying to digest in a digestive system. Whether that be true or not, I suppose I'll never know unless something happens again. Absolutely crazy, never experienced anything like it. And I just really wanted to let you all know that she's doing all right. And I haven't stopped. I've been constantly thinking, is it this, is it that? I have ordered myself another microscope as well, just to double check that the microscope that I'm using is up for the job, down to a point. I have seen every single parasite on my microscope, but I just wanted to make sure, obviously for the people that don't know, I do use a digital cholesterol, I think they're called, or cholesterol, something like that they're called. I will put that in the video in a minute. It is a digital one, and I have been told by a few people, especially a few people that's a little bit more advanced than what I am, I suppose, down to a point, if sometimes you can miss Costia, but I still got it in my head that if I had Costia, or if I had any sort of parasite in this pond, that I would have some sort of sign or symptom of the fish, or not just her but any fish sat on the bottom, you know, flicking, flashing. And I know fish can flick and flash without parasites anyway, sometimes they just do that, but I haven't seen nothing here at all. Obviously I got a pond cam up there which runs 24/7, records 24/7. I've gone back and I've checked everything. I couldn't see on the day that it happened. I did check a couple of hours before just to see if she maybe banged herself somewhere, if she swam into the wall, if she did, for instance, have a flick and whacked herself hard on the bottom drain or something like that, and I can't see that she's done nothing like that, so I haven't ruled that out that she banged herself, but I can't see it either. So definitely super strange, and I think I'll never ever get to the bottom of it unless something happens again now. Obviously when it did I was proper shocked. I didn't know what to do. You go into panic mode thinking, is it me? Have I done something wrong? I still haven't put any food or feed into the pond. I've held off of that. They're all really wanting some food now. Even Big Betty in question, she wants some food. But as you can see, she's looking 10 times better. I couldn't believe when she was in the boat, she was absolutely knocked out, like she was completely sedated. And I've never experienced anything like it. For me to get home from work that day and see the fish swimming around like normal, me doing a few little bits and pieces, getting ready for the new fish, or the new koi that I had turning up, and then seeing that, what I saw. If you haven't seen that video, I probably should have said this a bit earlier on. If you haven't seen that video, it's 2 videos back on this channel. I will leave a link to that video. But as you can see now, I wouldn't say she's perfectly back to normal. She looks like she is. She's up coming for food. But I really just wanted to put this video out because there's a load of people asking me and concerned and thinking, is it this, is it that? A few things crossed my mind, thinking, you know, when you read comments, you get something in your head and thinking, oh, is it that, is it this? Could it be this? There was a few things saying about, obviously I run a trickle into the pond 24/7. There was a few people saying maybe there was something into the water that ain't normally into the water. Is there any building work going on near me where they've tapped into the water mains and they've put a chemical in the water to clean it out and it's gone into my system? But I still believe if that was the case, if that was what happened to Big Betty down there, I would have thought at least one, possibly, if the water was that bad, that one other fish or one other koi in this pond would have at least showed me some sort of sign that that fish was unhappy about certain situation. I still can't get over how bad she was to what she's like now, and I've done nothing, and the main reason why I've done nothing as well, I don't really want to take her out and scrape her again now. I don't really want to take her out and give her a soap bath or anything like that. I don't feel that that's needed for how she's acting and behaving at the moment. If she was still showing me signs or symptoms that she was super unhappy, I would have probably, well, by now I would have done that and just tried the next thing. The main reason why I haven't, I don't want to stress her out anymore. Obviously what she's gone through is obviously going to be massive. She's obviously taken on a hell of a lot. I suppose, could it have been a fit or heart, something to do with her heart or stroke? I don't know. Or could it be cancer? Could it be something wrong inside of her stomach, a digestive system? Maybe she was constipated. Maybe, I don't know. There's so many things that you can start thinking and beating yourself up about. Is it the water? Is it me? Is it something I've done? and I changed nothing, and I've just tried ruling out every single thing possible, and I never like to think that, you know, I know everything, because I don't know everything. I'm a hobbyist at the end of the day, and I try my hardest to work out what's going on. But I believe in myself. Every check that could have been done, what a normal hobbyist can do, I've gone above and beyond everything that I possibly can, and all the knowledge that I have myself, I've just put it all into practice and thinking, is it this, is it that, and I can't work it out. So, you know, if it was ammonia, or if it was something wrong with the water quality, then I could have put a nail on it straight away, but I just can't put anything on it. And obviously having this new pond now, I still believe it's the best my water quality's ever been. Whether it be bacteria problems, generally if it's a bacteria problem, you get some sort of sign, or the fish starts showing sign, red fins or red veiny. You generally, before it gets to the extent that it was, you generally get some sort of symptom or something along those lines, and I've had nothing. So I'm not saying I'm over it, I'm not saying I'm far from over it, but how she's behaving in that pond now, I don't know whether to start feeding again or just wait for a couple days and see what happens. Obviously in the UK at the moment, there's probably a lot of people experiencing the same without a heated pond, like mine's unheated. The weather temperature that we're getting during the day, pond temperatures are rising up to 13, 14 degrees in the pond, that is. Air temperature of 18 today we had here today, and down here in Devon in the UK. But obviously dropping down in the evenings, the temperature fluctuations in the pond for this time of year is quite a bit. Was that something to do with how she acted with the temperature fluctuations and the swings? I'm not really sure down to a point. I mean, the temperature has dropped. The highest the temperature in the pond has got up to has been 14, and like now we're currently sat at 12, but it has generally been holding 11 or 12 every night now, even though we are dropping down in the nights at, like, you know, minus, well not minus, but 1s and 2s in the night time. So the temperature swings a hell of a lot, to be fair, here at the moment, but I don't think that that's the case what will make her do that. I thought maybe those type of things, she can go down, sit on the bottom, but then I don't know, it could have been anything. Ideally it would have been nice if I did have a air source heat pump or fitted the gas. The main reason why I didn't, or I haven't, just down to the cost of everything, especially with the price of we're all going to be dealing with this year, with the extra bills with electric and gas. It's going to hit a lot of people hard this year. I think if I did have the heat on there, it would have probably ruled out that scenario of me trying to think of is it to do with temperature. It would have ruled out that, because I could have kept it completely stable. But whether that be the reasons behind it or not is still a little bit unknown. But as you can see here now, it's only a little update, but the video's been running for just over 13 minutes. And you can see that there's not one fish acting strange, out of behaviour. They're all just looking around, hunting for food, and they want something to eat. Like, not just a little bit, really want something to eat. Even Big Betty really wants something to eat. So I'm going to hold off again tonight without feeding anything, just in case there is something that I've missed. Kept the same flow of water going in. I did say I was going to up it, but I did for about half an hour, and then I thought, actually no, if I do that I'm just changing something else, and I thought it's not worth changing anything and just keeping it the same. And after I added the extra kH, I thought it's not worth, I shouldn't have probably done it down to a point. It wasn't nothing major, bringing it up by 1, but it can also affect the fish, the pH being changed, coming up, even though it's 0.2 come up. Those type of swings can affect koi. I haven't seen any of mine behave any differently, to be fair, for how little I have changed it. I don't think I should have changed it now, thinking about it, but they all seem fine, they all seem happy enough. But they were all fine before. The only one that wasn't was the one in question. But yeah, if you haven't seen the video, and this video's a bit of a weird one for you, just flip back and have a look at the old video, 2 videos back. Like I said, it is in the description here, and there is a little pop-up link. I'll leave the video, so if you want to have a look at the video, see what I was dealing with. But I was proper shook up about it. I didn't really know what to do, and it ain't very often that I ain't got much to say. Normally I can talk to myself all day long and talk to you guys, but I thought I'd just make a real quick video just to show you how things are going, what things are looking like, just to let you all know, because there's, like I said, I try my best to respond to everybody, but I've had like 300-400 messages in the past couple of days, which I can't thank you all enough. I've gone through and read as many as I possibly can, but working all day, getting home, I've been beating myself up about this. Get to about 11-12 o'clock at night and I sit on my phone thinking I've got to go work in the morning, but I'm reading all the comments, and a lot of you understand that it takes a long time to go through and reply to everybody. So the way I'm replying to everyone is in this video, and just to say thank you very much for everyone's concern. And yeah, I'm just so glad that she's still with us, and hopefully I can work something out. Maybe it was just something to do with her, but then it will be interesting if she starts having food again, if it's something internally that when she has food she's got something wrong with her then, and then I'll know that that's the problem down to a point. But I'm just holding off for another day, letting her get her bearings back, letting her get, you know, well, there's me keep saying, you know, all that malarkey. That said, look, I'm just going to nip you into the front room, because I have had a new fish. This koi should have been in the footage. Me new little Issa Showa, well made up, settled in an absolute dream, eating like mad. But I'm not overfeeding in this tank, because obviously with everything going on, I haven't really got the time to keep doing all the water changes on here. So slow and steady, little bit of food to start with, and then I'll get you growing when you be able to get into the pond. But I am going to scrape this fish before I put it to the pond, and obviously if I need to treat it, I'll have to get the goldfish out and treat it in this tank here, make sure it's completely clean. More than likely I'm going to move on these goldfish, and I might grow her, yeah, to be fair, I might grow this one up in here for a little bit. But with the price of electric, the wife did want me to close down this tank, just because it's another air pump, another pump running, and all these bills add up when things run 24/7, don't they? So for now we're alright, but yeah, proper made up with this one, decent quality, and well happy. On that note, look, real quick update. I said quick update, 18 minutes now, isn't it? That said, thank you very much, everybody. And yeah, hopefully I'll put a better video out in the next couple of days, or the weekend's due. So happy days. Over and out.